The Comedy Grinder. Streaming live worldwide from the First Church of Cannabis. Tonight, Kurt Allen, Brandon Glidden, Patrick Gaughin, Nervous Vurn and Munchie, Gerry Gobel, and your MC, Scotty Steinhoff. Tonight's episode, High Holy Day.
Wait, what are all you people doing here? We canceled this show. I guess we didn't get the word out. Oh well. We'll go ahead and do it. April Fools! Nobody was expecting that. Oh my God, it closed itself. I can't believe it. Okay, hi everybody, I'm Scotty. Welcome to the Comedy Grinder here at the First Church of Cannabis. Glad everybody could make it. We have an incredible lineup for you guys tonight. We brought in Nervous Vurn and Munchie. They're going to be doing some musical comedy for you. We also have Kurt Allen on deck, Brandon Glidden, and Patrick Gaughin. So, ow, damn it, I hate it when I do that. Okay, I'm really not used to doing this, but hey, that's okay. So, actually, I wanted to tell you guys a quick story. I just recently got this nice little smartwatch, and it's one of those Samsung Gear S2s, and I don't know if you're familiar with these or not, but they have the guts of a Fitbit built into them. Now, the Fitbit is the thing that you're supposed to wear that monitors your health and your heart rate and how many steps you take and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to get not only a smartwatch, but also the benefits of health monitoring. However, there is a downside. I am getting kind of sick and tired of every time that I sit down at the computer and I watch porn that it goes, ding, ding, good job. All right, but enough of that bullshit. We are going to get Nervous Vurn and Munchie up here to tickle your funny bone.
Bet you didn't expect to see that in a comedy show. Where are my bit notes?
Bit notes?
Yeah, all the kids have them these days.
Do they have them these days?
Just bring them right up on stage with them. We are Nervous Vurn and Munchie. How many of you like us already?
I could tell. Yeah. I could tell that was just a bunch of you.
We're kind of old, I know that.
That's okay with me, though.
I'm the oldest. I hate that. I hate that. But one good thing about getting old, you know, I've got my transportation problems licked. You know, anytime I, screw Uber and all this other stuff, anytime I need a ride home from like a bar or something, what I'll do is I'll drink there until like 8:30, quarter or 9, then I'll call in the local TV station and call in a silver alert on myself. Well, he's wearing a jacket and a blue sweater and a cap, and I don't know, we ain't seen him since 10 o'clock this morning. He's kind of messed up. Then all I have to do is pay my bar tab, and then I go out and wander aimlessly in the street. I always get a free ride home.
That's right.
It works.
Take care.
It really works. We are Nervous Vurn and Munchie.
That's right.
And I'd like to introduce my partner here immediately to my left. You may have seen him in his new movie. It's the world's first spaghetti western shot entirely in Mars Hill, Indiana. It's called Fistful of Food Stamps. And
We got big hopes.
the star of the show,
Thank you.
Steve Austin with full-blown AIDS. The man who put the pee back in swimming pool, Nervous Vurn Glenn.
Thank you. Big round of applause for me. How about that? That's right. Don't think I've ever been this happy. And I'll say right off the bat, this is one awesome Cracker Barrel. I mean, maybe the coolest one I've ever been in.
Nice little place.
It's a hot place to be. And standing to my right, maybe you have seen him in places before. God only knows where.
Like
Generally,
maybe
the park
post
around.
office wall.
Yeah, in the park around small children. Anyway, there's a lot of you don't know this about my partner standing to the right here. He happens to be the world's oldest child prodigy. That's right. Big round of applause for my friend. This is Mark Munchie Much.
Thank you. This is being
he's
streamed
decided to stay away.
internationally, I understand.
Yeah, all over the world.
Internationally.
Woo.
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Japan.
Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs.
That's right.
Guten Abend, Damen und Herren.
Howdy.
How
For
the
you
hell,
people in South
What do you
America,
say? How the
howdy.
hell are you in Munich? Anyway, but we're here and we're going to have some fun with you. We're trying to get away from the comedy thing, if you hadn't figured that
Probably
out already.
caught right onto that, I'd imagine.
But we, Vurn and I are from very different backgrounds. He was kind of seedy across the tracks, and I was raised in a gated community.
Boys' school doesn't count, actually.
Yeah, now the barbed wire makes sense.
That's gates there.
But we have very different backgrounds. He was more rock and roll, country western oriented. I was theater and opera, but we both had a love for the great Marty Robbins. You might have heard of Marty Robbins.
In fact, we were so moved by Marty's music,
Yes.
we thought, why don't we just write him a song? And we did. We recorded it, sent it off to his people. We haven't heard a thing back. I don't understand what's going on there.
Scotty, he's dead.
He's dead. For those of you who know who he is,
That's the
he's no
joke.
longer here. But we thought, why let a good song go to waste? And we decided to go ahead and do it for you tonight. And it's a little thing that we like to call the Ballad of Cowboy Jack.
Very sad song. Very sad song.
Jack was a cowboy, the roughest in town, but he was our neighbor and friend.
One day he rode out, said, I'm El Paso bound, gonna find me some whiskey and women and sin. Jack stopped at a sleazy cantina.
Met up with a dark senorita,
She had her a boyfriend, Pepina.
but Pepina shot Jack in the back. Ass was not even necessary. Didn't have to do it.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
They patched Jack up after the battle.
But he still couldn't ride in his saddle. So they trussed up our neighbor and friend. Sent him home to us tied to his horse's rear end.
You remember that day, don't you, Munch?
I sure do, nervous. That was the day we helped Jack off the horse.
Jack off the horse. Was
The
a
day filled with sadness and bitter remorse. It was the day we helped Jack off that horse. He's a fucking sadist. What's the matter with
What's
you?
wrong with you people? I looked around the room just now and I noticed that some of you didn't care for that song. Well, wait till you see the video. It's a bitch.
Jack's horse was a wild one. He's mean all the time. He'd kick and he'd buck and he'd bite.
Now he's so quiet, so happy and calm. That horse seemed to change overnight.
Since the day we helped Jack off the horse. Everybody sing.
Jack! You're gonna do it at work Monday, I'll guarantee it.
It was a day filled with sadness and bitter remorse. It was a day we helped Jack off that horse. Thank you.
Thank you for that warm-hearted Church of Cannabis round of applause.
Church of Cannabis.
If you think we weren't high when we wrote that, you are wrong.
Yeah, no kidding.
Dead wrong.
It's going out to all the students. Did you guys know about this? There's a university devoted to teaching people how to properly grow medicinal marijuana.
How about that? Right on.
I'm not kidding.
About 30 years
not a
late for
kid.
me,
This
but-
is Oaksterdam University.
Yeah, give them
Oaksterdam. It's
Look 'em
in
up,
Oakland,
man.
California.
Yep,
And
Oaksterdam.
they teach you all about this.
They show you how to grow weed. That's pretty awesome, if you ask me. I was just been winging it myself.
Just been trying our best. We don't get a lot of money for these shows.
No,
so
we don't.
What we've done is we've gone out and gotten sponsors.
You need them.
Like, wait a minute, I got the copy for this, for a couple of these here.
We promised
we
them we
got
would do
sponsors
this.
because it helps. You supplement your income. And, here's one. You
All right.
want to help with this one?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You may know your credit score, but do you know your street credit score? StreetCreditKarma.com.
I was having a heck of a time, man. People was dissing me. My bitches wasn't bringing their money up. I didn't know what to do. Then I called streetcreditkarma.com, and guess what?
Streetcreditkarma.com.
15 minutes with their highly qualified people, and next thing you know, they found 3 felonies and 2 misdemeanor batteries I didn't even know I had.
Streetcreditkarma.com.
Thanks, streetcreditkarma.com. You put the bad back in my ass.
If your pimp hand's gone weak, we're the ones you need to steak. Streetcreditkarma.com. Thank you.
I don't know if it's going to go over or not, but there it is. You have it.
$15.
$15? That's what we get for that. That's right.
Anyway, how many computer people do we have out here? Anybody? Computer people?
Any readers? Any fuckers got a book out there? Nobody reads?
How many alcoholics do we have
Any
out
drunks?
here?
Yeah. Few of you? Okay, well.
How many weed smokers do we have here?
Yeah.
Doing the sacrament.
Slightly more subdued, but enthusiastic. Yeah, just the same.
Well, the best thing is no memory.
No memory.
They're all RAM and no ROM. So I can tell you my $1 billion idea, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to remember it tomorrow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cross my ex-wife with an IBM computer. I'll get a system that won't go down for any reason.
Not even your birthday.
Not even your freaking birthday, you know.
By the way, do you know what you call a girl that would rather give you a blowjob than a handy? My next wife, if I got my way to say about it, is what I'd go with.
Not like my wife, you know. I said, why don't you ever tell me when you're having orgasms? She says, you're never here.
Get it?
Awful woman.
No? Okay.
You know?
Bad joke.
Terrible woman, fat woman, big woman. I met her at the Macy's Day Parade. She was wearing ropes.
Get it?
Our bathtub has stretch marks.
Big girl.
Had to have the shower curtain let out. Saw her running for a bus one day. I said, lay down, you'll make better time, you know? Big woman. I couldn't stop telling jokes like that on my ex-wife, and that's how I found myself in divorce court for a third time. Yeah.
7 wives between us. That's what we got.
wives
7 wives between us. Thank you very much. Last night we had a waitress between us, but she's a big girl in a sport, so that's also important. She didn't mind our problems.
Yeah.
She was okay.
She was okay.
She kept secrets.
She was all kind of okay. At any rate, told me I had to move to a new location. Mars Hill, Indiana. Are you all familiar with Mars Hill, Indiana? Our hometown?
For those of you who are watching
Mars
around
Hill,
the
or
world.
as we like to call it, the farm team for the Indiana Department of Correction.
That's what you got there.
The Stars of Tomorrow.
Well, for all of you around the world who maybe have never heard of Mars Hill, let's see if we can sum it up in some way that would make sense to you. Maybe where you live in the nicer neighborhoods, you'll see the kids outside. They'll have their little lemonade stands. You know, they sell the lemonade. Kids in Mars Hill, they sell clean urine samples. That's how they do it.
Because you got to pass them CDL tests.
That's
you know?
right, man. You gotta.
2 Mars Hill kids sitting in the park going, what are you going to be when you give up? It's just that kind of place, you know. Wrote a little song about it. And this is how it goes. I'm sleeping on the porch to get out of the heat. Some drunks and some crackheads across the street. A cop comes arrest them all like I knew that he would.
He took me
Oh,
like
yeah.
I knew they would.
Something tells me I'm living in the hood. I got a lot of dough and I'm high as a kite. I'm weaving down the street and it's late at night. Some guys are following me and it looks like they're up to no good.
They're following me,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're up to no good.
Something tells me I'm living in the hood. Something tells me I'm living in the hood. Something tells me I'm living in the hood. The guy next door used to drive a cab. Now it's a rolling methamphetamine lab. I see him in the morning going down the lane. I have to flag him down 'cause I'm out of cocaine. I'm talking to a girl, ask her out on a date. She seems really please, till I asked, what's your rate? The knot that she left on my head said I misunderstood.
The knot she left
Oh,
said she
yeah.
misunderstood.
Something tells me I'm living in the. Something tells me I'm living in the. Something tells me I'm living in the hood. Thank you.
Hey, there you go. That's what happens. You mess up and make them mad. Whew. I don't think I've ever been this happy. Tell you
Forgot
what.
about this one.
Oh, yeah?
This is the big one. Yeah, have a drink. Don't worry about it. I'll tell them about my teeth.
Oh.
Oh, my teeth are gone, you know. I got dentures now because I'm so old. But I did something different recently. I changed over from Fix-A-Dent to Fix-A-Flat.
Works.
So, I'd take them out and show them to you right now, except these puppies are in there for the next 3 months or 3,000 miles, whichever comes first. See, because
Fix a flat. Fix a flat's what we did there.
tire thing.
Yeah, instead of your teeth.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know. I was looking out and I thought that maybe some of you here might remember if you were raised Catholic or not. Was anybody besides me maybe in here at all? Just
You're
a
not
couple
gonna
of
do
us.
that one, are
Well,
in the church here?
Sure.
Oh, God. I'm just gonna sing backup.
Well, some years ago, I wrote a song about what it might have been like to grow up Catholic, and I thought I would share it with you. And being as how there's not that many of us, I guess it's cool. Anyway. I remember Sundays in my youth, with me and Father inside that booth. Then he looked me in the eye, but I felt a hand upon my thigh. Didn't know that my confessing was gonna lead to my undressing. The first man that ever touched me was a Catholic preacher man. The first man that ever grew me was a Catholic preacher man. And he was. You know I always hated Sunday Mass, 'cause Father Murphy would grab my ass. Started out with some friendly pokes, then he told me never to tell my folks. Then we snuck behind the pew. I'm coming out about the things we do now. The first man that ever touched me was a Catholic preacher man. First man that ever moved me was a Catholic preacher man.
He was. Sure, the one about the nun who got a sex change? Now she's a trans sister.
Sister Caitlin. Anyway, we thought that somebody just got it. Okay, awesome. Thank you for the help. We appreciate that very much. I wrote this next verse for all of us who might have raised our hand earlier, because my mom heard the first two verses and not all that happy.
Very upset
with it. So this is for all of us. All the Catholics are getting upset. All the garbage on the TV set. The church is taking a new direction on what to do with our erection. Father Murphy's teaching masturbation to all the kids in the congregation. The first man that ever touched me was a Catholic preacher man. First man that ever moved me was a Catholic preacher man. And he was. Yeah. Something like that there. Good God, y'all. Woo. I can't do no more. I can do a little more.
It's all right. You guys are okay, you know. Bit of all right. That's what I always say. Yes, well, we have to do, we forgot the big sponsorships.
Well, we have.
We have. Our biggest one so far is this portion of our program is sponsored by Eli Lilly Pharmaceuticals.
Right on.
Manufacturers of that fantastic erectile dysfunction drug, Cialis. Hit it, Vurn. If you need a little boost, if you need a little kick, if you need yourself a raging phallus, don't go see Betty or Bobby or Jean. You know you gotta go see Alice. Cause a limp little member is the last dying ember of a sex drive that's gone south. So find yourself the will and grab that yellow pill and pop it in your mouth.
Pop it in your mouth, get it?
You will later if you play your cards right. Cialis, the quicker pecker-upper.
That's what it is. No?
Cialis, when it absolutely, positively has to be there tonight.
The guys always get that one. I don't know.
Cialis, strong enough for a man but made for a woman.
That's right.
See, we got 36 hours before we have to finish this.
Yeah, we don't need a lot of time.
It's gonna be a
We'll
long
usually just wait till the time's right. You
I
know
think
what
the
mean?
time's right,
It is
Nervous.
right.
If your dog won't hunt and your punter won't punt and you're filled with rage and malice, don't go see Mary or Margaret or Kate. You know you gotta go see Alice. You know you gotta go see Alice. You know you gotta go see Alice. See Alice. Thank you.
That's good stuff right there. It may cause diarrhea.
You have to decide if she's worth it.
That's right. Pretty sure I have yet to see the one I'll shit a bed over. I'll tell you that. She could be out there. I have no idea. She might be. I'm not sure.
And then here's the
But
thing.
I've seen her.
In the commercial, they said if you have an erection that lasts 4 or more hours, see your doctor. I'm going to be 60 this summer. You know, if I've got an erection that's lasting 4 or more hours, I'm not calling my doctor. I'm calling a photographer. You know, I want to record this event. You know, it's like when you rent a stretch limo. You know you're not going to have it long, but still you want your friends to see you with it. You know? Remember that day?
Yeah, I do.
Old men with hard-ons. That's just not right. Old men with hard-ons. What's next? Crotchless Depends?
Oh, for the sexy senior? I don't know.
Use some logic here, people.
It wouldn't work.
All
Wouldn't
right,
work at
seeing
all.
as how we did the Catholic preacher, we'd like to do the high art portion of our show
That's
right
right.
now.
We have to step this up a little.
It's a little number we call Shakespeare for Catholics.
Shakespeare for Catholics.
To be B2.
B2. Anybody got a B2? I-25, perhaps?
Shakespeare for
Just something like that, maybe? B2.
See, up above us, you can't see it here in the theater, but there's these
We got
leaves
some-
hanging.
looks like
And
weed leaves
looks
and
like we're eating the leaves, like we're
Right now.
herbivores,
This is what we're doing.
which is what a canitarian is.
Well, yes, yeah, they.
Oh, that's the one we ought to do.
That's the one. Okay.
Here's another sponsorship. You're going to love this.
Yes.
Let me be blunt. Are you having trouble finding a dating partner who shares your particular lifestyle choices? Are you tired of hanging out at the same old joints, picking up the same old bags? Are you chronically lonely? Are you looking for a stone fox who's really stoned? Next time, don't go on a blind date, go on a kind date at dopeheadsonly.com.
That's right, man.
At dopeheadsonly.com, we'll help you make the right connection by weeding your way through our thousands of highly qualified members. We put the reefer back in referral, whatever the hell that means.
Look, man, and the questionnaire could not be easier. They just said, "Hey, are you a cop?" I'm like, "No." That's all it said, yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at dopeheadsonly.com, #hash, and visit us online today. So more than just the seeds of love at dopeheadsonly.com. because non-smokers just don't get it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're helping us bring in the bucks.
That's just horrible.
There's a movie and a book that's been going around the last couple of years. I don't know if you've either read it or read the book or seen the movie 50 Shades of Grey. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's the 50 Shades of Grey,
50
right?
Shades
Is
of
that
Grey,
the one
right?
where they're all... Yeah, I think
We
so.
we actually wrote a musical tribute to the song and the movie 50 Shades of Grey, and we hope you like it.
Just yesterday evening, I was tied to my bed. Big bitch in a Catwoman suit kept standing on my head. She was bitter and tall, but that's not all. She had a lot of funky tools. Standing there with that whip in her hands, I just followed all those rules. I've seen whips and I've seen chains. I've done freaky shit that I'd rather not explain. I've been all kind of some ways that cause me pain. But I wish she hadn't used that cattle prod.
Because those can cause a second-degree burn. I didn't know if you knew that.
It ain't pretty.
Guy I know told me.
Sing what you know, man.
Chafes. As she flailed away, I was getting real scared. Wasn't like before. She was hitting harder than she usually does. 'Cause she was whipping my ass and burning my butt for an hour or more. And I couldn't remember what my safe word was.
I've seen whips and I've seen chains.
How do you know about that?
Freaky shit that I'd rather not explain.
Call your mom.
I've been all kind of
Ways that cause me pain. But I wish she hadn't gotten that damn dumb 50 Shades of Grey.
It's
Now,
a
that's
sucky
perverted
movie and a
piece of
worse
shit,
book.
you
I
know
don't
what
know.
Don't you hate stuff like that?
No?
You don't hate stuff like that, do you, Bob? I've got a great joke for you.
What's that?
Joke of the night.
All right.
Something you can take away and tell
This
your
isn't
friends.
about Bob, is it?
No, it's not
Okay,
about Bob.
Okay, guys.
It's about somebody Bob knows.
Okay.
Farmer out in Spiceland, Indiana. Decides he's going to go to the movies. And he takes along with him his pet goose. He's taking the pet goose in there. He buys a ticket. And they say, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't bring that goose in here. He says, why not? He says, we sell food in here. They got the health department. You can't bring the goose in here. So he goes, okay. So he walks around the corner. He's got on overalls, so he sticks the goose down the front of his overalls, right? So he goes back, turns the ticket in, gets in, sits down, starts to watch the movie. After about 10 or 15 minutes, the goose is wriggling around, you know? So he figures he's going to give him some air. So he unbuttons his fly and lets the goose stick his head out the fly. In the meantime, this lady sitting right next to him turns to her husband and goes, oh! He says, what's the matter? What happened? He says, oh, this guy's sitting next to me. He's got his fly open and his thing's sticking out. He says, you're a grown woman. Besides, you're a married woman. You've seen one, you've seen them all. She says, yeah, but this one's eating my popcorn.
Everybody's can't do that, I guess. Okay.
All right.
Thought I was weird for the longest time.
What are we doing at this point?
I already know.
You do.
Yeah, I see a bunch of Jerry Springer fans out here, and this is a song that we did. We wrote this for the Jerry Springer generation. We were thinking,
If Jerry Springer had written a love song,
right,
we think it would have gone just like this.
and we call it "If That Ain't Love, What Is."
Honey, I know I shouldn't have done you like that.
But I gambled all the money away, and then I called your sister a fat ass.
But I lifted up the lid when I take a whiz. If that ain't love, what is?
Outside your apartment, I waited all night long.
See who you'd come home with if you did me wrong.
Well, you slapped my face, but I stepped on his.
If that ain't love, what is? And if that ain't love, then a Cadillac ain't a car.
And if you'd rather be with him a stupider bitch than I think you are. I tore your clothes up and threw them out in the rain.
I flushed your birth control pills right down the drain.
If you don't want mine, you can't have his. If that ain't love, what is?
Play it, Nervous.
And if that ain't love, then a Cadillac ain't a car. And if you'd rather be with him than me, well, you're a stupider biatch than I think you are. Well, I called the police and told them you stole my car.
I showed some naked pictures of us round at the bar.
You even pointed out spots that you used to kiss. If that ain't love, what is?
Well, I stared at your picture till I went into shock.
Sold my guitar, got my gun out of hock.
I took a shot at you, but I deliberately missed. If that ain't love, what is? Yeah, baby.
I said,
If that ain't love, what is? One more time.
well, if that ain't love, what is? That was it, the whole thing right there, all laid out for you. Oh, we make some of these up as we go. We really do. There's no kidding.
You know what a dumb blonde says after having multiple orgasms? Are you guys all playing with the same team?
You see, multiple, never mind.
Oh, you're tough.
You're tough.
Smoke more.
Now.
You want to do that? You want to do the church song?
Well, I don't know why we wouldn't. This is we wanted to especially get this on record, so we brought it with us for you guys. We just for this occasion, we thought, we're going to write a song, the first hymn for the church here, and it's right over here. We wrote it in the car on the way over here, so it's a little bumpy, and we might not be able to get it right now.
I think I can remember.
Okay. Well, you wrote it down.
I thought I had it.
Well, you don't now.
I don't now. All right, doesn't matter. I think I can remember it.
All right.
And this is the song for the First Church of Cannabis.
That's you.
We've got a new way of genuflecting here. We don't do this anymore. It's this. Bang, bang.
It's the only way to do it.
Got it? Here we celebrate Puff Puff Passover. Special church holiday. Gonna do it now? Okay. Well, Vurn and I sat down one night to watch the evening news, and the hatred and the violence there just gave us both the blues. We said there must be something out there that will cure these ills, a natural alternative that can't be found in pills. Well, all at once old Bill Levin came striding through the door. A light was shining from his face we'd never seen before. He said, "Now boys, I've got the stuff to cure your mind and soul, and I'll tell you all about it if you'll let me fill your bowl." He's generous that way. He said, "The First Church of Cannabis, the home of peace and love. The First Church of Cannabis, a gift from up above. The First Church of Cannabis will spread your holy name. From England to Japanibus, your virtues will proclaim." You like that? Thank you. You're not supposed to clap during a hymn. It's just not done. Well, Vurn and I jumped up and said, "Bill, where's this place that sounds so sweet?" He said, "It's on the south side over there on Rural Street. We don't pray to amphetamines, we don't pray to cocaine. Instead of Hail Mary, we say Hail Mary Jane. We are the First Church of Cannabis, the home of peace and love. The First Church of Cannabis, a gift from up above. The First Church of Cannabis will to Japanibus, your virtues will proclaim. I think everybody all sing.
I do too. The first
Church of Cannabis, hills of peace and love.
First Church of Cannabis.
A gift from up above.
A gift from up above.
The first Church of Cannabis, spread your holy name. From England to Japanibus, your virtues will proclaim. Hey.
That's it.
As a matter of fact, we're so devoted to this idea, we're starting our own taxi company. We'll not only get you to your destination, we'll make sure you're high when you get there.
That's right.
We're calling it Duber.
Duber is our new.
Maybe you'll like that.
I'll pick you up, dude.
Anyway,
It's beautiful.
I think it's time to ask the question. Do you
Well, I
think?
guess we could ask. I don't know. So.
Yeah, or do you want to do something else?
No, I think it's about
You want to
time.
do a little dance number?
I guess we
I
should.
got
Yeah.
my dancing shoes.
He's gonna. Is it okay if he does a little dancing here? Is a little 2 minutes. You know, my daughter wanted dancing lessons.
Those can be kind of expensive.
Yeah, and I thought to myself, where will I get the money for one of those brass poles she'll need to practice with? You know what I mean?
You got to pay the teacher $1 at a time. Shit like that.
Trixie,
you know.
she was a good teacher.
Or Bambi.
You know, and she's everybody laughs when I say that, but you know, I never seen any of them little bitches make any money doing tap. You know what I mean? She get out there on that pole like her mother. I mean, that's what I've said. How the hell she thinks she got here? A lap dance in a special room later, and you know, I'm paying child support for 30 years.
There you go.
That's your biggest thing. 30 years. Anyway. Some of you don't realize I was born in a little place called Memphis, Tennessee, if you know where that's at. It's, well, it's in Tennessee. So if you can avoid it, do. But there's a little song I like to sing about a guy that I met there, and it goes something like this. I knew a man from Memphis, and he'd flash his cell. All the kids in the town. First his coat, then his shirt, and then his pants. He could quickly pull down. He'd jump all around. He'd dance all about. I can still hear him say,
Watch my balls dangle. See my balls dangle. Watch my balls dangle while I dance. Then one day the police came and hauled him in. He said, "You don't understand. I'm not a thief, a pervert, I'm not a pedophile. I'm just a free swinging man. I run through the park, naked at dark, and I can still feel the hem sway. I can watch my balls dangle, see my balls dangle, watch my balls dangle while I dance."
well,
Look at him!
that's all we wanted. Some attention.
You guys are okay.
That's all we want,
Sit over
attention.
here.
You're all right. You're a good crap.
I think it's time we need to ask the
You
question.
think?
Need to put the arm on him.
Well, all right.
All right.
Might be a little early.
Kind of
What
young,
is it?
you know, these kids
They're
don't
hip.
know. I mean, back when we were young and beautiful, I mean, we'd do a show. Every
be all
lady's
manic,
there,
you
you
know,
know,
they'd,
throwing their room keys and
Green M&Ms.
panties and,
things
you know,
like
offering to
that.
buy us drinks.
Chicks
and
everywhere.
everywhere, you know. And nowadays, we've got to come back out and
You know,
ask
people
for-
don't know this, but you know how they've got the, you know, you got band groupies. You know, they call them groupies. You know, roadie girls, whatever. Then you know, for like cops, they have girls that follow around. They call them like holster sniffers. You heard that before? And then like the girls that like the athletes, the jock sniffers. You've heard of those people? You heard of it? You know, comedians, we have that same thing, right? Comedians, we do. You know what ours are called? Prostitutes, actually, is what they're called. Thank you.
Yeah, if you got a cubby hole.
If you got money, I mean, if you get paid, you know.
I mean, anyway. anyway, but we've got a little song here, and it's pretty much self-explanatory.
Yes, that's right. And welcome to the 353,000th time we have played this song.
We've got a little request that we'd like to make. This isn't a joke, it isn't a fake, but you see, we really got this pressing need. Has anybody got any weed? Cause we're jonesing like a mother and we're dry as a bone. Can't get our connection on the telephone. So let us repeat, if you missed the point, can anybody front us a joint or two or three?
Has anybody got any pie? Dreamer is the one thing that we ain't got. Same green stuff that grows with some seeds in a stem.
We really need a shot of that vitamin M.
We don't need no acid cause we're getting too old.
Don't need no
Cocaine cause our hearts will explode. What we really, really want you all to help us obtain is a little bit of Mary Jane.
Oh, forget it.
Has anybody got any pot?
Reefer is one thing that we ain't got.
This ain't green stuff, it grows with some seeds in the stem.
We really need a shot of that vitamin M. We don't need no Xannies or bikes or perks. Don't buy us drinks cause we'll act like jerks.
What we really, really want you all to
take
see if
away
you
from
can.
this. Is there anybody
Really,
that's maybe
sir,
got a
if
couple
you've
of
got
joints
anything at all?
out there,
We're
ashtray
fresh
of their
out
car?
of weed. I mean, that's what's going on.
Anything
here.
like that?
We're not joking.
I don't know if you're carrying out half an OZ.
Something you left in the ashtray that the police
Crazy.
didn't find. You know, just
A dime bag.
we're not
a dime
picky.
bag.
Low grade if you got a lot.
A nickel.
We'll take it.
A tray.
What-
A deuce.
You're lying. Every one of you's lying.
Sure, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Anybody find me some pot?
We're talking
Can
herbal.
somebody get me some weed?
Roll up a fatty
And give it to somebody who'll give it to us, I swear to God.
and pass it forward.
Can anybody get me some herb?
We aren't kidding.
I'm really, really out of pot if you got some, baby.
In whistling Dixie,
Can somebody get me some weed?
we really mean it.
Can anybody find me some pot?
We won't stop singing
Till somebody gets us a joint.
till you come off it.
Can anybody get us some weed?
Wait, I'm on probation.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody
Got any pot? You have been great.
We had a great show for you tonight.
Boy, do we ever.
It's coming up.
Yeah.
And before we leave the stage, I'd like to thank you guys very much for showing up and supporting us here tonight.
You've been awesome.
Ultimately, I think I'd like to thank my mother and father for making this all possible. I'd like to thank my ex-wives for making this all
It's
necessary.
the wives necessary, the parents possible. You got it.
I'd particularly like to thank these folks over here on this side of the stage. I was watching you all night. You were laughing in all the right places. You're no doubt very well educated, probably
Stayed
college educated.
Stayed awake through all of it.
Yeah, you're the reason that we show up night after night and do shows like this for your guys' appreciation. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. Thank
You
you.
guys, you're awesome. Beautiful folks.
Now, you people over here, what was your bowling league canceled tonight? Was that
Moose
it?
Lodge closed. You couldn't get in. What happened?
Plasma donation center shut down earlier or something
I'll
like
tell
that?
you what. There's a trailer park in Mooresville, half empty because you people are here.
Stagnant gene pool is what I'm looking at.
That's right.
You're the lowest common denominator in society. You're here for the tit and cock jokes.
But you're
all
my
right?
people, and I love you, and I might need a ride home. So if you'd hang
And
around.
you know, you really do have to wonder, how can you possibly perform for two such divergent groups of individuals?
I don't know.
We believe Nervous Vurn and Munchie, with our combined 75 years of show business experience, have come up with a solution that's going to satisfy both of you.
Boy, is it something.
Che bella cosa, una giornata sole, un'aria serena dopo la tempesta.
Guy walks into a barber shop. He looks at the barber and says, "Bob Peters here," and the barber goes, "No, stupid, we just cut hair." It's a Bob Peters joke. They don't bob them, but they're not very smart. If you don't listen to them, the Aria has nothing to do with it. You don't sing out your tickets, man. God give us service. You could not be any dumber. Like talking to a joke.
Bell'aria fresca pareggia una festa. Che bella cosa una giornata sole.
Y'all hear about the 3 gay judges? They all tried each other. How about that queer Indian? He's a real brave sucker. All right. You know what happens to a woman's asshole right before she has really good sex? She drops him off at the golf course. All right. 2 crabs sitting on the toilet seat. One of them got pissed off. He's out there. Pissed off. Left.
Fronte a te.
Guy got no arms, no legs, still got his penis.
O sole, o solo mio.
Could he still hitchhike? Yes, if he's on the road and needed to hitchhike.
Steine fronte a te. I'm actually interested to hear how this shit comes out.
Yes, but he has to be really fucking excited about where he's going.
Steine fronte a te. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are nervous very much.
Way too kind. Thank you.
And now we give you back to our esteemed host, Mr. Scotty Steinhoff.
All right, everybody, one more time for Nervous Vurn and Munchie. All right, the next treat that we have on our bill tonight is Mr. Kurt Allen. Mr. Allen will also be appearing at the Jacksonville, Florida Comedy Zone on April 20th. What a better day to be a comedian, right? And then on May 20th at the Jackie Knight's Comedy Club in St. Augustine. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Kurt Allen.
Thank you. This is awesome. Thank you guys for having me. This is going to be great. I might have been able to help you guys out, but I have some bad news. I got pulled over earlier today. Yeah, I know. The officer said he smelled weed. Imagine that. Never brought it up again. No ticket, pulled away. My first thought was, thank God. My second thought was, now I need air fresheners for my motorcycle. This is ridiculous. I like smoking. Let me tell you, a lot of things changed since I left Indiana. I moved to Florida last year and went through some hard times. I started off homeless, jobless, carless, and single. I finished up the year with a new job, a car, an apartment, the most beautiful, awesome girlfriend I ever had. And December 4th, I had my first child. Things are going great. My first child at 52 years old. I know, she's going to reach puberty the same year I hit elderly. That father-daughter dance is going to be something. I was there when she was born. It was crazy. There was blood and guts and screaming and crying. The doctor asked me if I wanted to cut the cord. I'm like, hell yeah. I cut the extension cord to the lights. I was tired of seeing that shit. Now I have a new baby girl. And she, I'm not one to brag, but she can talk already. 3 months old. Yeah, I asked her just the other day. I said, Lorelai, that's her name. I said, Lorelai, who is the lady singer on American Horror Story? She said, Gaga. Very good. Apparently she likes trivia. I said, Lorelei, who are the dolls that sing that song Iris? She said, Goo Goo. Very good. I said, baby, what is Daddy's favorite food? She said, baby, bacon. Thick sliced maple bacon. Genius. She calls me because she can't pronounce her D's yet. I am not teaching her about the D ever. That's mommy's job. Speaking of jobs, I started a new job. I'm working a night shift, 137 people on a night shift, and I am the only white guy. I think they like me, though, because they keep calling me the N-word. This place is hardcore, too, people. They told me from the get-go, they said, keep an eye on your lunch. These people will steal it. I thought I was being safe. No, they stole it anyway. Out of my car. It was in the trunk. I don't know how they figured out the combination of my bungee cord. I went in, I was like, I'm desperate. I got a baby on the way. I need a job. He said, can you pass a drug test? I said, today? He said, yeah, today. I said, I can tomorrow. Who says that and still gets the job? Somebody with a lot of experience in passing drug tests. I've been passing drug tests since the mid-'80s when I was in the Army. We smoked more before 9 a.m. than most people smoke all day. When I was in the Army, I fought in a war on drugs. I was on drugs team. They had last pick. Like, okay, I guess we'll take the big fat white one, make him carry everything. I come back with PTSD. Pot to supply the whole neighborhood. My job's crazy. I work with some crazy people like my friend James. James said his old job was running out in traffic with the spray bottle and wiping off windshields, which is why I now call him Jim Kardashian. That's why I don't do topical humor, people. I mean, I'm pretty sure I will not do one joke about Charlie Sheen. Actually, I'm positive. No joke. Sheen sells tea cells by the seashore. I don't know what. Somebody write that down. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. I like that. I like smoking, but I do crazy things when I smoke. Y'all do crazy things? I like getting high and dressing up and going trick-or-treating. Yeah, on Christmas Eve, try that one. They come to the door expecting oh holy night, and instead it's oh holy shit. Mommy, is it Santa? No, sweetheart, it's SpongeBob. He's smoking a blunt. Go back inside. Thank you all. Y'all been great. My name's Kurt Allen. Peace.
Give it up one more time for Kurt Allen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Indiana Talks, thank you for listening. We are going to go to commercial on Indiana Talks. We are going to take a 7-minute break, and we're going to meet right up back here. So smoke them if you got them. Welcome back, everybody. We're here at the Comedy Grinder. Here live at the First Church of Cannabis. Okay, now that we're all back in the room, we can do a few shout-outs. For one, we'd like to thank Indie Talks, Internet Radio, for broadcasting us. We are live on Indie Talks when we do the Comedy Grinder. Indiana Talks, yes. Sorry. Hey, Jerry typed this for me. I can't be responsible. We also like to give a shout-out to Bud and Breakfast, which is budandbreakfast.com, the Marion County Auto Auction, High on the Hill, and Tippy Hemp. So we're going to bring up another comedian. Wait a minute, who's next? Is it Patrick? I don't have my list up here. Somebody help me out. Is it? I can't see anything up here. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's heading towards the stage. You know, a lot of people say a lot of things about this guy. but he's next. So this is Patrick Gaughin. Welcome to the stage.
You guys having fun so far? Woo! All right. Now, I know a lot of people are dog people. A lot of people are cat people. I personally am a cat person. I have 4 cats myself. Training for my life as a single crazy postmenopausal woman. I have the starter kit. Now, of all my cats, my favorite cat is my fat cat. She's just so sweet and cuddly and stuff, and I just love her. The only bad part about her is when she cleans herself, she can't use her mouth. She's got to use her paw, and she's got to look at you when she does it. So I'll be sitting there watching TV. I look down. This is what I see. It's really bad when she purrs. And I tell my friend about that. He goes, "Oh, that's nothing. Our cat's so fat, we have to clean him for him." I could never do that. Saw a story on the news that really bugged me. This guy got arrested for aggressive indecent exposure. Yeah, what the hell is aggressive indecent exposure? Look at it! Look at it! And then I started thinking, that guy went to jail. And like, what would happen if Pat went to jail? Like, let's say I was in the shower doing my thing and 5 guys came in, wanted to have their way with me. I'd let them. It's not like some fantasy I have or anything at this point. We're talking survival. And, you know, I'd use mind tricks on them. Like, when one guy got done, I'd be like, "Oh, you were the best I ever had." And guy would be like, "But you said I was the best." I'd be like, "Yeah, but he was better." And then they'd shank each other. And the next time they pull a train on my ass, it'll only be 3 cars long. I'm getting a little older now. Just turned 40. And got my first doctor visit post 40. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. It's not all Band-Aids and lollipops anymore. Got my first prostate exam. That was fun. My doctor, she doing the physical and stuff, and she's checking out my berries, and she goes, "Oh, well, while I'm here, let me check your prostate." And while you're here, this isn't Walmart. This isn't like, "Oh, while I'm here, I'll get snow tires and a rifle." This is my nethers. So she goes out there, she does her thing, gets done. And hand to God, this is true. She said, "Well, I'm sorry if that was a bit uncomfortable." And I replied, "It's okay, I've had worse." I meant I've had worse things happen to me. Not what y'all are thinking. I did get a haircut today. I wanted to look good for you guys, so got a haircut. The only problem is the guy that cut my hair, I don't think I'm gonna have him cut my hair anymore, because when he did it, he was naked, and when he got done, he started masturbating, and then he shot his baby batter all over my chest and belly. Did I mention I cut my own hair? I went to a buddy's wedding recently, and at the reception, you know, you have the father-daughter dance and the mother-son dance and stuff like that. Well, my buddy, he goes out there and he goes to dance with his mom, and he was supposed to dance to the song "Mama" by Boyz II Men, but the DJ fucked up. And so there was my friend out there on the dance floor dancing with his mom to "I'll Make Love to You." This ain't Kentucky, Jeff. I don't know. Now, I've been doing comedy a few years now, and like people will ask me, hey, you know, have you worked with anybody famous? Have you worked? And I'm like, well, not really, no. It's like, so you never met anybody famous? I'm like, no. Well, I can't say. Once I rode on a plane with John Lithgow and William Shatner. Wasn't going to let either of those fuckers have a window seat. I did try to get famous, tried to take the cheap way out, like Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. I released my sex tape. It was a year ago. I still have no views because nobody wants to watch a middle-aged man masturbate. I might get a couple of views tonight. It's a Pornhub, pasty white guy. I'm going to check it after I get off stage. Here's hoping. Oh, here's something that's a little surprise. For 10 years, I was in the Army. The weird white-haired dude defended our country for a decade, yes. And when I was in, we had the old uniforms, just regular camouflage. And then they changed this new digital camo, which looks cool and stuff. The only problem with that uniform is they had Velcro pockets. And I was just thinking, like, tactically, it's kind of stupid. It's like, let's say you're out on patrol, you're in a combat zone. It's like, okay, Johnson, we need to get back to base, but the enemy is in our way. We need a way to get back while avoiding the enemy. Give me your map. Here you go. When I was in, I got to do this, and if you guys get the chance, do this. It is so much fun. I get to spend a year in Iraq. Yeah, fun in the sun. Let me tell you, beaches forever. But when I was there, when we flew from Kuwait into Iraq, we did this thing called a combat landing. And that's when you're at like 10,000 feet, and then you plummet down to 5,000 feet very quickly. And it's, best way I could equate it, it's kind of like, like Cedar Point and stuff, the free fall or the demon dropper, and you put the quarters on your knees, and when you drop, the quarters float in the air, and it's all kinds of fun. It's just like that, except for quarters, it was this ball of urine that was floating. And then as we leveled out, it kind of drifted over, and the guy next to me was pissed off and pissed on at the same time. But, people want to know, what was the worst part about being over there? And they're like, well, was it getting shot at all the time? I'm like, well, that sucked. That was horrible, but it wasn't the worst part. They're like, really? What was it getting, like, mortars dropped on you? I was like, oh, yeah, that was scary as shit, but it wasn't the worst part. Like, oh, it had to be the heat. And I'm like, oh, yeah, the heat was horrible, but it wasn't the worst part. They're like, what the hell was the worst part? It's like, the worst part was I shared a room with 4 other guys. I had no time for me time. The only time I could enjoy myself was in the Porta-John. And that really fucked me up, because the first 6 months I was home, I could only jerk off at construction sites and county fairs. Oh, new development going in. Oh, yeah. I love this. I love this place. I've been here. This is like my 4th time here. I love this place. This awesome church, awesome people, just a lot of fun. But it reminds me, my church. I actually went to church last year at the county fair. Yeah, that was weird. Especially when they passed around communion. It was an elephant ear. It's like, what the hell's the blood of Christ? Oh, cherry Slurpee. Jesus, you're going to make me a diabetic. But Church of Cannabis, really cool and stuff. And I honestly, I don't partake in the cannabis, but I don't think it should be illegal. Yeah. So, and one of the big complaints is people are like, well, pot's a gateway drug. What the? I have a lot of friends who smoke, and I've never heard one of them after smoking a joint say, wow, that was awesome. Can we get some meth? Can we get something that's gonna rot my teeth? No. I've never heard somebody pack a bowl and go, after I smoke this, I'm gonna get some Coke. I'm gonna get something that's going to make my nose bleed, empty my wallet, and shrink my penis. I've never heard somebody after hitting a bong say, wow, that was great, now time for the heroin. Yeah, I want something that could possibly give me AIDS, make me fall asleep on my back and choke on my own vomit. That's what I want, yeah. No, pot is not a gateway drug. If pot is a gateway to anything, it's engineering. Because you look at some of these guys that smoke up. And they're like, yeah, look, I made a swing set out of Pepsi cans and apple cores. Yeah, it's also a bong. Oh, you need more air? Johnny, swing faster. Swing faster, Johnny. Swing. Oh, man. Now, another little thing about me, I am like a huge geek. If you didn't know, this T-shirt is from Fallout New Vegas. Great video game. Okay, one person got it. But like, I'm this huge geek. I love it. In fact, I have a Captain America logo tattooed on my arm. In fact, yeah, I have my two favorite superheroes tattooed on my arm: Jesus Christ and Captain America. He's from Marvel Comics. He's from BC Comics. And yeah, and just like Captain America, Jesus died and resurrected. You know, he's just, anyway, I also have an Incredible Hulk tattoo, but I can't show that to you guys because we're not zoned for that. And right now it's only Bruce Banner. Don't make me horny. You won't like me when I'm horny. But like, you know, I'm this huge geek. Like, you know, I love the Lord of the Rings movies. You know, the Peter Jackson movies. I love them. They're great. The only problem is Peter Jackson, I found out, can make any book into a 3-part, 9-hour epic. And he could take the book, Everybody Poops, and he would find some way to put an orc and a wizard in there. And when you got to the chapter on constipation, Gandalf would be there going, "Thou shalt not pass!" Also, big into video games. Just recently picked up Grand Theft Auto 5. And if you don't know what Grand Theft Auto 5 or Grand Theft Auto is, it's like all of humanity's debauchery on one disc. And so I go to buy this game, and the girl behind the counter is like, "Well, I'll need to see some ID." Okay, sweetheart. Let's look past the shockingly white beard. And let's look in my eyes. Are these the eyes of a young man with hopes, dreams, aspirations? No. These are the eyes of a broken man who all he wants to do is steal some cars, rob some banks, and kill some hookers. And it's up to you whether I do that from the comfort of my couch or on the way home. No, I don't want the disc protection. Just put it in the fucking bag. But like, I'm married, and things get weird because like I'm this huge geek, and my wife is like so not a geek, and things sometimes get weird when it comes to sexy time, because she'll want to role play. She's like, yeah, and role playing takes on a whole new meaning when you're a geek, because I start thinking World of Warcraft, Dungeons and Dragons. So she's like, "Oh, honey, let's role play tonight. I'll be the sexy businesswoman whose husband's out of town. Who are you gonna be?" "I'm a level 20 elf with orcish king armor. I'm the pizza guy." "Honey, we've been married 14 years. You know there's no extra sausage." Now, like, yeah, my wife and I, we just celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary. Our wedding anniversary is actually Groundhog Day, which is awesome. Because if Puxatawny Phil sees his shadow, 8 more years of marriage. And on our anniversary, I gave her a silk rose. I said, "Sweetheart, just like this flower, my love for you will never die. Because it's fake." Now, my wife the other day, she was sending a text, and she's trying to say, she's like, how do I send this text and not sound like a bitch? Have somebody else send it. Oh. So, I got to be getting out of here in a minute. And I really love coming down here. This is a blast. This is a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm married. This is my second marriage. My first marriage ended in divorce, and I'm pretty sure she cheated on me. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have any concrete evidence, but I wanted to run it by you guys to see what you guys thought, because I feel we bonded. I think that we became pretty close. I think you and I on the internet, I think we've bonded too. So I wanted to run this by like the whole world. See, I think she cheated on me, but I don't have concrete evidence. See, I'm left-handed. My ex-wife is left-handed, but my son is black. I'm still trying to figure out why we named him Jamal Jr. It's not in my family. Thank you, everybody. I am Pat, and I'm gone.
Give it up one more time for Patrick Gaughin. All right, we're going to keep things moving right along. We're going to bring our next comedian up to the stage. His name is Brandon Glidden.
All right. Quick question. Is anyone here profoundly stupid? Feel free to raise your hand. Yeah, I'm usually the only one on this one. I broke my collarbone twice when I was younger, and the first time should have been like a precursor for how dumb I was going to be for the rest of my life. Here's what happened. My parents built this house on top of a giant hill, and at one point you could like put the handlebars on the Razor scooter down and get going like 35 miles an hour before you hit like the main road. And my stepdad and his buddy are out building the back porch. I'm on the scooter going down the hill by myself. Now, when I started this endeavor, the sun was like right there, like 9 o'clock in the morning. And I get going down the hill, cruising about 30, 35, and a pebble stops my front tire and I go flying. I remember going, yeah, this is gonna be really bad. About right when the concrete got to here, and I blacked out. Now, when I woke up, it was like noon and the sun was right above me. I remember walking up to the house, my stepdad seeing me going, oh, dear God. And I'm walking up going, yeah, I hurt like everywhere. He goes, okay, well, we're going to take you to the hospital, but let's get you cleaned off first. I'm like, okay. And I'm an idiot, so I'm not thinking right. And he goes, okay, well, let's get you cleaned up here, but your entire back is a scab, so we're going to have to, like, Band-Aid the shirt real quick. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, now lift your arms. And I went, it hurts when I do that, because I had broken my collarbone. And he goes, okay, well, don't do that. Let's figure out another way to get your shirt off. I'm like, well, I gotta lift my arm. It hurts when I do that. My stepdad's looking at me like, my God, this kid's an idiot. Stop doing that, dear God. But like, I should have just known from then on in I would be an idiot for the rest of my life, because I do the dumbest shit sometimes. Like, here's the thing. I've been married like a year and a half. I'm 27 years old, and the only woman I've ever sent a dick pic to is my wife. But look, she's seen it like a billion times, so you gotta get creative when you send it to her, right? I did one where it was like Godzilla, and I put scales on the back of it. I had one time where I made it look like an Amazon adventurer, like an explorer. I gave it a little like a little hat. I even gave it like a little like G.I. Joe machete I taped to the side. Well, I didn't have tape. I used super glue. Like I said, I'm an idiot. No, but I made it look like it was coming out of the bushes, and that's when my wife goes, she texts me back saying, that's hilarious, but I have to ask, did you take the picture or was it someone else? And I was like, I have really cool friends. And she goes, how did you ask someone to take that picture? And I said, ask? I just proposed the idea, and my buddy said, where's your phone? It's like, I'm so stupid. Like, I'm a year and a half in, like I said, and I'm starting to realize that my wife and I love differently. Let me explain. We were watching TV the other day, Criminal Minds, loved the show. Anybody here watch it? All right. We're watching the show, and somebody had gotten kidnapped, and my wife's like, what would you ever do without me? Ooh. I don't know. Probably run out of clean clothes and stuff to eat cereal out of in a matter of no time. And I wish I could have gotten a picture of the face that she made, because she looked like she was going to shoot me with her eyes, I swear to God. But, you know, I married her for a reason. We're a perfect fit. She says crazy shit just like I say crazy shit. Like, we're watching TV, Criminal Minds, yet again, some guy's running around hacking off fingers, and she's sitting there doing her toenails, and she says, if I lost my fingers in some unfortunate accident, would you still paint my toenails for me? And I was like 6 months in at the time, so I still love her, I guess. And I'm like, yeah, I would totally paint your toenails for you. She says, you're too kind, but I wouldn't ask you to do that. Then why the hell would you even ask? And I'm stupid because I said that out loud. Like, why would you even ask me that question? Like, I don't have any filter when it comes to her. Like, I'm surprised she's still with me most days. We're at Walmart a couple months ago, and we're just trying to pick something out for dinner. And I said, would you like pork chops or steaks? And she said, what would you do if you ever got AIDS? You know what? Let's run with it. Politicians. I try to do something good with my last few days. No, like, I'm 27 years old, and it's taken me up until 3 weeks ago to realize that you can't wear gym shorts without underwear. Let me explain. I took a nap on the couch the other day, and I'm going, buck wild, no underwear. I put my shorts on, I lay down on the couch. About an hour later, I wake up, and everything down here hurts. So I'm like, oh, dear God. I go to look up, and the drawstring had gotten caught around everything down there, and it was choking it like it owed it money, or it was going to sleep with the corpse afterwards. Because let's be honest, Criminal Minds has hyped the shit out of that. Am I right? No, I don't know what to do some days. Like, I should have known that she was going to say crazy shit like that, because her mother says crazy stuff exactly like she does. But like, look, I get off work one day, I walk into the house, there's like 8 inches of snow outside, it's 11 below zero, and she has the audacity to ask me, you want to go outside and make snow angels? I was just out there. No. And she goes, well, when are you going to give me babies and they can help me make snow angels? Let me point out a quick flaw in your plan there. This is what a baby's going to look like making snow angels. They're going to freeze almost immediately because they're worthless. Like, she keeps hounding the issue of, so when are we going to have kids? When are we going to have babies? And I'm just hoping to God that I'm sterile. You can be upset if you want, but look, if I can't make a baby with this, we get to adopt and skip those first few bullshit years. Am I right? Anyone that has kids knows that they're not worth a damn till like 7 or 8, and you can start doling out chores. And even then, they screw them up. Am I right? Yep. Yes. You're like, Timmy, I need you to take the trash out. He's like, okay, Dad, I got you. And you're like, all right, yes, this is going to work out. And then you look out the window and he's got the trash can on its side, dragging each bag individually to the end of the driveway. You're like, gosh, shit, that's my mess too now. Awesome. No, but her mom says, I don't know. Here's the thing, is I get the feeling that they both have a condition called, could you repeat that? Because I don't believe what I've just heard. Her mother, she got a new vehicle, and she invites us over to show it off to us. And she's like, guys, it's perfect. It's like not too small, that's just my size, but it's not one of those big rapey vans either. Do what? She's like, you know, like you see on CSI, all those big rapey vans. It's like, this is like a baby Jeep, if anything. Who are you assaulting in this thing? Midgets? Because given your medical history, you've got COPD, a bad hip, and 2 hernias. That's probably the easiest target you're gonna find. But, okay, you guys didn't like that, that's fine. No. You might not like the next one either. No, we're watching, anybody here like Law and Order? Doom, doom, yeah. All right, we're watching SVU like 2 weeks ago. And I did not know what to say to my wife because she said, you know, a lot of people say rape isn't funny, but if that was true, they wouldn't have a gag reel for every season DVD on SVU. I was like, yeah, that's almost a valid point. I kind of see where you're coming from there because every season they've got a gag reel where it's some girl talking about like the clown stalker and she's talking about his squeaky shoes and Stabler's in the corner pissing himself like, let me take this again. Woo, God, just that line when it's the squeak. Oh my God. No, but get this. Okay, her mother, take this. When I first met my wife, she was talking about, you know, how did you and her mother or her father meet? And she goes, you know, before I met your father, I spent 2 months in Spanish Harlem and dated a Puerto Rican. Could you repeat yourself? She's like, what, I dated a Puerto Rican? You dated a Latin deli meat. That's what you're telling me. Really? And then this crazy bitch, get this. She's telling us about a family trip they took after they got married and had the kids, and they had a great time. They went to Boston. They checked out the Sam Adams Brewery, drove around the wagon wheel, had a grand old time. And then she says to me, before I die, I would love to visit Massachusetts again. Please repeat yourself, because do what now? What? You know, I would love to go back to Massachusetts before I die. Okay. First off, you realize it sounds like you're talking to a character that didn't make it into Django, right? She's like, what do you mean? Oh, I'm so sorry, Massachusetts. I'll never roam again. And she didn't understand why that was funny. Oh, my God. I should have brought a water. Here's the thing. I'm so stupid that I don't even like check WebMD. I start like calling hospitals like, hey, is this the thing? They're like, would you please stop calling us? You're an idiot. It's nothing. Like, I took a nap on the couch a couple weeks ago. I was like eating some stuff and I fell asleep and I woke up and I went to scratch myself, not gonna lie, and I felt a lump. Guys, I got scared. I started pacing around the house thinking, oh my God, it's the worst. It's gotta be the worst. It's the worst. Oh my God, how am I gonna tell my wife? Well, we just got married. If I die, she's gonna be so pissed. And that's when I heard, I looked down and what I thought was a tumor was a lemon-flavored gummy bear. That's what kind of idiot she has to put up with. No, like, I have very stupid theories because they're not well thought out. One of them is that, is anyone here married or in a committed relationship? Okay, fellas. It's not that bad, trust me. No, fellas, We love blowjobs. Am I right? They're awesome. Yeah. Here's the one problem with that is getting a blowjob from your wife is like getting your car fixed at a bad mechanic. Because the work's gonna get done for the most part, but you're still gonna have to chunk out some time on Saturday to finish it by yourself in the garage. The only real difference that I've noticed is that a mechanic's never had me hold his hair and cry the entire time he's working on my car. I've never had a mechanic call me midway through doing the brakes and go, "You want to go to my mother's this weekend?" Never had that happen. No, but like my wife wants to have kids and, oh God, you can't, okay. She wants to tell our kids when we have them about Santa Claus. Doesn't seem like that big a thing, but look, she's going to give that secret away almost immediately because mommy can't hit the blunt without coughing. Oh my God, is that mommy and that? That sounds familiar. Yeah. I figure if we're going to go ahead and tell them that, let's just complete that circle of lies and take them to church. No, but like, you can't trust me with kids. Did you know you gotta feed those things? You cannot be a pothead and try to feed a kid, because those little bastards spit out like every other bite. So it's like, you gotta get them, you're like, come on, it's good, open up for the train. But then you gotta like taste test it. So they're like, daddy thinks it's good, you should try it. But when you've got the munchies, you end up eating 3 things of baby food, and then you're like, oh shit. That was supposed to be for you. That's why you're crying. You're hungry. No, but you can't, I've got felonies. I'm like on paper stupid. Like, you can't leave me alone with kids because here's what's gonna happen. If we have kids, she's gonna be at work, I'm gonna be forced to watch these little bastards and they'll be in the other room and I'll be playing video games and hear, oh, dear God. What was that? Yeah, that sounded like it hurt. Yeah. Let me finish. If you could cool it down, that would be great. Daddy's got the cops on his ass on the Grand Theft Auto. Now's not a time for dicking around. No, but I make stupid decisions. I let my grandmother play Grand Theft Auto one time. Don't ever do that. If your grandparents are still alive and you love them, don't do that. Because I handed her the controller, and within maybe 5 minutes, she made me reconsider my position on God, because that bitch is officially a demon. She gets in the car, and she's like driving like she normally would. She stays within the lines and actually stops at a red light. And I'm like, Grandma, you don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to abide by the rules. And she's like, really? So I don't have to use turn signals? They don't put turn signals on the game, Grandma. Well, why would they put cars on a game and no turn signals? Just play the damn game, woman. She's like, okay. She immediately hops out of her car, shoots the driver of the car next to her, hops in and proceeds to take off mowing down pedestrians on the sidewalk. What the hell? And then, even bigger shocker, she pulls up to a red light, sees a cop at the crosswalk, shoots him with a rocket launcher, and then ducks down an alley and shooting hookers with an Uzi. I'm like, I thought this woman was an angel. What are you doing, Grandma? And she proceeds to tell me, back in the 70s, your grandfather slept around and I never had the balls to do anything about it. And it's like, oh, God damn, all righty. Given what I've just found out, I can understand the hookers, but what did that cop ever do to you? And at 74 years old, she didn't know it, but this woman went full NWA. Brandon, fuck the cops. And that's my time. Thank you, guys.
Give it up one more time for Brandon Glidden. Okay, I officially hate this mic stand. It is just too tall. All right, well, we're just going to keep things rolling right along because obviously you guys like Brandon. This next guy, There's an old line, but I'm not going to say it. He's closed more rooms than a bedbug infestation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Gerry Gobel.
Give it up for Scotty, the lovely Scotty D. Well, welcome back to Death Camp Indiana time, kids. It's the whole point and purpose of this whole little mission is a propaganda campaign at the end. Surprise, you've been sucked in. You've been sucked in. I brought my war shirt with me. They said, you need something that stands out, Gerry, because the black, you just blend in and you just look like a big fat floating head. Like, yeah, true enough. Big fat floating head, I get that. Now I'm wearing red so they can't see the blood. It's gonna be great. So, so Mike Pence, again, in vaginas, everywhere. He's turned us into the coat hanger state. It's amazing. Good for him. Thank you, Mike Pence. Bringing back the wire coat hanger like nobody's business. We were all going plastic, but now we decided the wire's got more purposes. So congratulations, it's a more functional tool in Indiana. Congratulations. Hoosier hospitality means a whole lot more. Now, it means bullshit. It means fucking bullshit. Unbelievable. Hoosier hospitality. What a lie. Just call it like, yeah, the house that intelligence built here, Indianapolis, Indiana, the whole state. I feel like Indianapolis should be walled off from the rest of the state at this point. I'm ready to call it a siege state. Bring all the gay people back to Indianapolis. Everybody, come on back. Let's circle up. We know most of those people from the outlying regions can't get into the city because 465 confuses them. It's a big round circle that goes in a circle, but just like most problems with their politics, they just don't seem to merge well. They don't merge well in Indiana. That's the problem. You know, we racing state. What another lie we do. Indy 500. It's all left-hand turns, no merges, right? So that's why we don't handle it well. We're just, you know, we don't like gay people merging with us. We don't want Syrians merging with us. Nobody can merge with us. It's crazy. It's fucking America. You know, the only place that we have common ground now is actually in the prison system. And in a for-profit prison state, it's amazing how much work you can find in prisons. It's great. You could get... Is that somebody's phone? This late in the day? Oh, Jesus, am I eating it that bad? Or is that the Pence brigade coming in to get me? Because Mike Pence is coming for me. We'll see GI and the rest later for the video. I'm not going to be seen for a few months. We'll do the hoax thing. It'll be all... You guys will be wondering if Bill Hicks came back as Gerry Gobel. That's what you'll wonder. You'll say, Alex Jones. No way, not Alex Jones. Bill wouldn't come back as Alex Jones. Because Alex ain't funny, frankly. I've seen him open for Stanhope. He's horrible. He's not... There's no way he would take a step back on his funny. That's the one thing he wrote into the fucking ground. That's the Bill Hicks Viking shit. That's what we do. Not... come back and get murdered on stage. That's really, at this point, that's the only next phase for comics. Because we've kind of peaked out. Right now, we're going to be, Full House is coming back. Oh, guys, we need to start writing again. We need to fucking, are you kidding me? Fucking crazy. All the new avenues. Is that a sniper light? Yep. Awesome. Don't talk about the things behind the stage, Gerry. Don't do that, because you know how that is. You'll get in trouble. You might get in trouble. Oh, my goodness, what's that? Oh, jeez. I've been a bad little boy. Oh, what is that? Man, I'm thirsty. Most of you don't even know what the fuck that is. Do you? Can I get it off? That's a statement I say every night. Can I get it off? That's part of my plan. So, since we've got our one and done program now, thanks to Mr. Mike Pence, basically I'm going to just call him Bob from here on out. I'm going to call Bob Pence. I'm sorry, but Bob fits for him. He goes down on everybody who donates for him. Seriously, they should put handlebars on that guy's ears, because he's blowing everybody at this point. I mean, he's even got a controversy over plastic bags. That's how bad this guy's got it for his special interest. Bob Pence. Because nobody goes down like Bob. When I'm losing and people hate me, I'm going to take the whole fucking state down. You thought Mitch Daniels was good just giving away some highways? I'm giving it all away. Bob Pence, cum guzzler for special interest groups. Oops, is that on Indie Talk Radio? Oh, my goodness. Did that? Oh. Oh, shucks. And those radio people can't see me holding this tube. It's an RSO tube. And it's this is a 1 gram tube of RSO. There's nothing RSO-y in it. That's actually, for effect, that's molasses. That's molasses. It looks just like it's a nice tarry substance. It fills it up. But that's a gram. I don't know if you guys can see that. I was going to put it against the red. That's the other reason. You see how big that is? That's a gram. You know what that really is? That's a 10-year prison sentence for possession of this. A 1-day dose of a cancer cure. 1 day. You got to get a 30-day supply. If you get it in one sitting, if you can afford it. 30 days, that's 300 years. For 1 month supply, something to keep you from dying. Actually, the molasses in this motherfucker is more dangerous than marijuana. Because my teeth are falling the fuck out. I'll tell you what, I have been sucking on molasses and I don't brush, and my cavity creeps are all tar covered, and they're like, Jesus Christ, man. Why don't you Indiana people put this on your fucking roads and fix something for real, for Christ's sakes? Why don't we quit pretending the tranny in the bathroom's really the problem? Sorry, it's not that guy. It's the guy in the fucking American flag vest saying he doesn't want to see any trannies in another restroom. That's the guy that's the problem. Fucking... What a lame-ass pickup line. I can't let the trannies go to the women's restroom. I got to protect them. Bring them over here to my stall. Oh, my God, is that Bob Pence? Maybe gay people had more special interests that weren't, I guess, whatever. 10 years. You can get busted. You get the same sentence for a dirty used syringe. Even if it's been used, you still get the same 10 years. You still get fucked either way. Isn't that great? Because that's American politics. Because it's not bad enough that you got away with it. Now we're going to fuck you. Molasses tastes awful, by the way. That's why it was a punishment. I just wanted to get it gone because I wanted to demonstrate that this was the same as it was when it was full, like with that much in it. It's 10 years. It's a good way to keep your prisons full. Yep, and you get tax breaks for it, too. Up to a $100,000 tax break. If you take your business that you were going to send overseas and just put it with the slave caste of people that you brought from Indiana, you too can have a wonderfully American-made product for pennies on the dollar. Made in America. We're not lying, finally. We're not sending it to Mexico and having them work on it and then bringing it back here and having a guy put some screws on it and saying it's American-made. Because that's kind of the hustle, really, isn't it? Honestly, the whole Made in America thing was sort of a campaign slogan that kind of came back and bit them on the ass. They should just never have brought it up. Because that's the problem. Up until the point that, you got to actually come to terms with the fact that you're exploiting a whole group of people for fucking socks. Come on. Really, how bad do you need those fucking socks? Michael Jordan in his Nike slave shop, sweatshop, how's that for a legacy, Mike? Bunch of little dying kids and they're, you know what? Why don't you take that business away from those kids, Michael Jordan, and bring them to Indiana? Bring them where we can get our slaves to do it for $2 an hour. Because they had the silly sense to have free will and try something God gave them. We'll just put them in jail with, all the murderers and the rapists because it's just as bad. Kid had seizures. There's going to be the new Underground Railroad. It's going to be people running the cure to cancer to people that really need it, while douchebags run around waving flags and trying to keep anybody from moving anything away from their profit. Eli Lilly. Yay. Syringe manufacturers. If I put fake shit in this and sold it to a cop, they'd still arrest you for selling a fake controlled substance. Isn't that hysterical? So they still fucking mess with you, even if it's not even real. Maybe you're going, I'm pranking you, man. What if I'm a vigilante? What if I'm a good citizen like Elvis Presley and I've been deputized by Nixon, one of the most clean and pure presidents that ever existed? It's April Fool's Day. Come on, kids. Some of these people will buy this shit. At the end of this set, I'll just say, April Fool, you're not going to jail for 10 years. Here, take this syringe across the street to that dying guy. Just don't look at that car looking across the street at you. Don't make eye contact. They're only the federales, keeping us from finding out they've been lying to us all along. I don't have that love Bill has. I got dead people all over the place. But ain't that America, you and me? Ain't that America something to be? Hey, are you an organ donor? You ever thought about giving your kidneys away to a rich guy? Don't worry, we'll grow them later from pigs for you. It's okay. Monsanto bringing you a new tomorrow. Your third arm got you down? Welcome to Indiana. Our for-profit prisoner program ensures that your child will be mutated into something useful. Years and years of no child left behind fill in the dots have made him kind of a blank, empty dipshit. Can't follow the rules, so we're gonna put him to work in the new slave system in Indiana. We're progressive. That's assuming you start from zero and you're working your way forward. Right now we're about 1600s. We're a little behind the time here. But Mike Pence is doing a great job bringing it all back home. Back to the day when women could just get the fuck back in the kitchen. Because that's where all the coat hangers were. And, right? Is that what you do? Is that how it goes, Mikey? I'm sorry, I'm not religious. I don't know how it works. I just always thought you treat people like people and whatever, you know. We're all action figures. I get that. That's my biggest problem, I guess, with the fundamental mechanics of reality. None of this is real. You are all action figures in my demented little game. I'm out of my mind. I'd have to be out of my mind. Why the fuck would I live in a for-profit prison state that has a problem with a drug that keeps me from murdering the rest of the motherfuckers in the state? Why would I do that, Jerry? I don't know. Do they have your family? Do you need to start wearing a cape like Ben Affleck and fight crime? Dun, dun, dun. I'll go after Mike Pence. Bob Pence. Yes. I don't know. I'm just fucking freeballing at this moment. And the phone goes off again. Thank you. Is that my time? That's the Mike Pence crew call. Yeah, we were going to call off the execution, Mr. Gobel, but that last one, you just couldn't let it go. You and your... Yeah, you killed my friend Otto and fucked him on policy, and he died a slow, painful death, and you're mad about it. We get it. We get it. But I'm sure you'd rather have a TV show, wouldn't you, Jerry? Yeah, I got my TV show, bitch. And all it is a forum to stab you in the fucking heart verbally, you cunt. You fucking cunt, and all your other cunty Barbara Miller. Is that right, Barbara Miller? Patricia. Why do I keep getting her name wrong? Patricia Miller. You guys know who Patricia Miller is? Why do I get her name wrong? Why? She does look like Barbara Bush. She also looks like Elizabeth Bathory, who bathed in the blood of virgins. That's who she looks like. That's what I keep forgetting. Babs Bathory. Oh, I need to take me a bath. I better get me some shaken epilepsy babies in here so I can bleed them dry to keep young. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Barbara Miller. Oh, I'm sorry. Patricia Barbara Miller. I hate her. Just fucking hate her. You know, I can't even tie a name to this woman. She sends me flyers, and the flyers and the pictures, it looks like something out of a Dorian Gray picture. I know that's not, and she started out bad to begin with. So it wasn't really, you know what I mean? It's like pasty mole people running our country, I swear to God. You put a fucking wig on a rat people person, and they cast as human. I know They Live was supposed to be a joke, but that was a joke for the aliens. They were laughing because it's dipshits. They don't get it. Really. Okay, all right. Fly the ship over the house again. Let them see the UFO one more time. Come on. Let's go! I don't believe it! No, it was the Air Force. It was the Air Force. Yeah, we're secretly testing, you know, stuff from the Cuban War, whatever, you know. My third arm's starting to hurt. You seem to run out of juice, Jerry. What's the problem? I don't know, man. I've been conducting a war covertly through this show, with using my comedy friends as cover, of course, you know. Because, you know, you stand up the funny guys in front, and then they get your attention, and then I sneak through with a little bit of horror, you know, which is called day-to-day living in Indiana. You know, which, incidentally enough, whoever left the half-filled bottle of water in the bathroom, I dipped my balls in it, just so you know what it tastes like to live in Indiana. That's Hoosier hospitality. Tastes like crotch sweat. It does. It's just horror. What a fake line of horse shit. I swear to God, Indiana, you suck on so many levels. Where do we start? Home of the Ku Klux Klan. Also the home of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus or something like that in Peru. I don't know. It was something. I don't know. There was some kind of freak accident that happened where some of the freaks incidentally turned racist. So I don't know. That was probably picking the wrong city for that. I don't really know. Like I said, I don't know. That wasn't an RSO, that was molasses. And I could feel my heart stopping. And it's been a long winter. It's been a long winter. So I saw the Batman, Superman monstrosity. Yeah, no, it was awful. It was bad. It was bad. It should have been just called, let's just do the Wonder Woman movie already. Again, best character in the movie was the woman. She was amazing. I thought the Wonder Woman, I was skeptical at first, but I saw her in action. There's one part where she gets knocked on her ass. She drops the sword, because, you know, she's badass like that. And she has this smirk on her face like, oh, it's fucking on. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking great. I love that. And what you get with Ben Affleck, just his puffy ass eyes CGI'd behind somebody else doing the stunt work. It was Lex Luthor. Incidentally enough, Jesse Eisenberg's interpretation of Lex Luthor was amazing. He decided to make Lex Luthor a young Woody Allen. And I'm just working here with my superhero friends here, just trying to think about what I'm going to do. But I'd really like to have sex with you. Would you? I might throw you off a building. Like, horrible. What? And at the end, he's a drooling idiot. He's bald, waiting for Darkseid. Now he's fucking Renfield from fucking Dracula. What the fuck? Really? The master is coming. Just get Xerxes in here in the fucking suit, okay? Just go for the Gollum there. Let's fucking cut Eisenberg, you idiot. Just fucking horrible. Dumb. They did all the movies. They wanted to do them all. I appreciate the fact that you got one shot at this for the 15th fucking time. Right? So they wanted to do the Dark Knight. They wanted to do the Death of Superman, the Doomsday thing. They took all these fucking different things and they mished them all together. Now you got old Batman with the new Justice League. Honestly. Next episode, Death of Batman, Old Age. The end. I'm Gerry Gobel. That's my time. Do not watch that movie. Save your money.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We are live from the First Church of Cannabis. Good night.